Hello, welcome back, readers. Today I'm going to read a story to you called Sam Sings. And this story is about a little boy who loves to sing. La 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 la, me 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 me. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so maybe singing is not my talent. However, this little boy named Sam does have a talent for singing. But he's too shy to sing in front of other people. He loves to sing by himself, and when he's at home with his family, he'll sing. But he doesn't like to sing in front of an audience. And since I don't have a singing talent, I can probably really understand why he feels that way. As we're reading, you might be thinking to yourself, what are your favorite songs? What songs do you like to sing? Let's begin. Sam Sings by Stephanie Garris. Sam knew lots of words to lots of different songs. He started the day with a song the moment he jumped out of bed. He sometimes sang while brushing his teeth. At school, he hummed to himself during tests, which is not the best thing to do. The humming seemed to help him concentrate. Sam even sang in the grocery store. No matter where he was or what he was doing, he was always singing, humming, or whistling. Sam was born to sing. That's what everyone thought. And that's what Sam thought too. At least, that's what he thought until Friday, February 23rd. On Friday, February 23rd at 11:03 a.m., Sam's teacher, Mrs. Norris, announced that the second grade would be doing a spring musical. She said that everyone in the class was welcome to sing a solo. A solo is when you sing all by yourself. Sam looked around as hands shot up. Even Alex, Sam's best friend, had raised his hand. The same Alex who said he couldn't sing a note if his life depended on it. Sam looked to see if Laura, who was very shy, had her hand up. She did! Everyone in the class wanted to sing a solo in the musical. Hands were waving like crazy, but Sam's hands were stuck like glue in his lap. Mrs. Norris told Sam he could think about it over the weekend. She was hoping he might change his mind. So, Sam thought about it on Saturday as he helped his dad wash the car. He thought about it while he made cookies with his big sister. And he thought about it all during his piano lesson. But by Saturday evening, he still hadn't changed his mind. I'm going to stop here for just a minute. So he hadn't changed his mind. I guess that must mean that he still doesn't want to do a solo. Let's see what happens. On Sunday, Sam thought about it some more. In fact, he hardly thought of anything else. And when he went to bed that night, Sam realized he hadn't sung, whistled, or even hummed all weekend long. I'm going to stop here again, because I'm thinking to myself, why didn't he sing? What was causing him to not sing? Something was on his mind. Oh, of course, performing in the second grade musical was on his mind. So he was so busy thinking that he didn't even whistle to himself. That's a lot of thinking. I'm wondering if he's going to actually perform or not, because he really is very shy, and he has what's called stage fright. Stage fright means you're afraid to be on the stage and perform in front of people. It's very common, and there's nothing to worry about if you do have a stage fright, because I certainly do. I'm going to make a prediction. I think that he is going to perform in the second grade musical, but he probably won't do a solo. That's my prediction. You think to yourself about what you predict Sam is going to do. Let's continue. Monday morning, Mrs. Norris took Sam aside just before reading class. He knew what she was going to ask. She looked disappointed when he gave his answer, but she told him not to worry, and she said she understood. It doesn't really tell us what Sam decided. Oh, but because Mrs. Norris looked disappointed, I can tell Sam told her no, he wasn't going to perform a solo in the second grade musical. Let's see how the story ends. The second graders practiced the musical for weeks. Sam knew all the solos by heart and sang them to himself every night in bed. Sometimes he wished he had raised his hand like everyone else, but singing in front of an audience was different from singing in the grocery store or at the park. The big night finally arrived. Sam was so excited, even though he only had a small speaking part. He said his one line clearly and didn't forget a single word. He sang loudly with the rest of the class and knew from his parents' smiles that they could hear him. Alex, his good friend, sang a short solo. His voice, well, it was a little shaky, but Sam felt proud of his best friend. Laura's turn was next. Sam liked her voice best of all, but as the pianist played the first few notes of her solo, not a sound came from Laura. Not one single sound. Sam looked at her. Her face was as white as a sheet. Sam knew he had to do something, anything. So I'm going to stop right here again. Let's make a prediction. What do you think Sam's going to do? His friend is standing there, not able to sing. She's probably too shy. What is he going to do? Maybe he'll offer her some water or something. Let's see what he does. And so, Sam sang. At first he sang quietly and sounded shaky like Alex, but soon his voice grew smoother and stronger. Then he heard a soft, sweet sound. He looked over at Laura and saw that she was singing too. And like Sam, her voice grew stronger and stronger. Laura and Sam sang as if they had been practicing together for weeks. The audience clapped and clapped. Sam decided he liked the sound of applause almost as much as Laura's sweet voice. And on his way home, he sang and sang and sang. The end. I liked that story. I hope you liked it also. I do have a couple of questions, as I always do. Questions help us understand, help us comprehend what we've just read. And it's kind of fun sometimes to talk about it and think about a story, particularly one that's as good as this one. But I'm thinking to myself, what made Sam think that he needed to start singing? So they're standing up on stage, and Laura isn't able to sing. Oh, I think that's the answer. Sam started to sing, and he thought, oh, I have to do something. And so he started to sing because Laura was too shy to sing. I have my answer. My second question, what two sounds did Sam decide that he liked? He decided that he liked two sounds. You think about the answer to that. What are those two sounds he liked so much? Here's a hint. That's a brief hint. And that's all for now. Until next time, keep reading.